I'm James, and I'll be taking you through UNSW's Economic Society's weekly market recap for Week 6, Term 2. Now to the markets. The ASX has closed 8 points down. The Australian dollar has maintained 75 cents on the US dollar with very little volatility through the week. The S&P 500 has ended 68 points up. The Dow Jones has ended 485 points up, and the Nasdaq has broke all-time records, ending 186 points up. Regarding COVID, there are currently 423 active COVID cases in the country, with 318 of them being in New South Wales alone. This week in the Australian economy, Sydney continues its 2-week lockdown. Cases have been marginally decreasing, but it's yet to be seen whether the lockdown will be extended. Stimulus checks are also hitting the bank accounts of those adversely affected by this lockdown. Reuters and ABC have gone so far as to suggest that this flash lockdown has exposed some economic shortcomings. They quoted a panel composed of 26 economists presenting fears that the domestic economy is going to be dragged down by a plethora of baggage. This is going to come to head by a subpar growth rate of 2.2% by 2024. One of the focus points of the panel was the effects on normal business operations, with a 2-week lockdown in Sydney having a predicted 0.1% effect on budgetary outcomes due to tax revenue. This is obviously mounting by the day. RBA Governor Philip Lowe will also hold a rare media conference after Tuesday's meetings discussing the cash rate. This comes as speculation grows that the estimates of cash rate hikes may be brought forward from 2024 to 2023. Additionally, the next stage of quantitative easing will be announced. Now to the international news. On Thursday, officials from over 130 countries agreed to create a global tax system in a series of landmark negotiations. Spurred on by stellar financial performances from big tech and other name brand players in the global gig economy, the OECD has conducted a long series of talks on the logistics and ramifications of a global tax system for corporations. Currently, all officials have so far agreed on a 15% corporate tax rate as a lower bound, which could generate up to $150 billion a year in tax revenue. As to how this is going to be divided amongst the nations, it is yet to be decided. Despite all G20 countries and 110 others coming to agreement on a baseline rate, Ireland and Hungary, amongst others, have refused to join the deal. This could prove catastrophic for the progress of negotiations, due to the low corporate tax rates in either country. If the plan is implemented without these nations, it could very well become void, as such nations could very well become global tax havens. The fine print is to be finalized by October. And that's a wrap for Economic Society's Week 6, Term 2 weekly market recap. I hope you all have a great Flexi week, and we'll catch you after.